or something.
Oh, yes. 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 Oh my God. OBS didn't freeze. It didn't. No potatoes. Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
far.
So
Don't,
far.
don't
It's
jinx
early.
this.
It's early.
I'm waiting for the replay on the stream to catch up so I can know if you're lying or not.
Yep. Yep. That's it. I don't even know. Can't even see it. Welcome. Monday/Tuesday. Amigos and Co. You. Hello to all you beautiful people out there in the intergoogles watching with your face holes and listening with your ear holes. Sure, let's go there. We'd like to welcome Stephen Legion of Northern New South Wales, best known from Legion Vapes. He does reviews and stuff. He's got some things going on. Mr. Chris Vandal, all the way from Las Vegas. Welcome to you, sir, as per usual. And we have a guest. We have a guest. Timothy, Sir Tim, an advocate for liberty. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on, man. We just thought, you're always in chat, so why not just bring you on the show, bro?
Yeah, did everybody catch Dandel's tour of Vegas the other night? I did. I actually learned a lot about Vegas from just the other night on his live stream.
The tour of
I've never
Vegas?
been. I've never been out there. So he actually gave like a tour while he's going through.
Oh, he's
Fallout.
talking about the gaming stream. It's based in Las Vegas. The game is at a certain point thing.
Right. I've often wondered that how often
Vandals for a second. I did. What?
he was like,
No, if you actually watch the stream, he like literally treats it like a tour guide. That's a little closer and a little bigger than what it is, but that is the right location, and it's like it's all the way through it. It's like this is like a tour guide of a weird tour guide, but it's a tour guide.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
I enjoyed it.
I just wanted to interrupt there. Squonkus the anecdote. My favorite band coming up, Audio Potato. That gets 10 points, my friend. That is outstanding. And calling dibs on that right now because that's outstanding. Yep. Well, can't be Audio Potato today because can't believe it. There was no Dangle Clacks. Out of control. Out of control. We do talk about VAP stuffs and life and all sorts of things. Should we just go straight into the buff? Let's do that.
Why don't we just hit it?
Will we do that? Our guest, Mr. Tim, would you like to go first? So tell us what you're vapping on.
Oh, sure. I've got 12 setups over there, but I brought over 4. So,
I said Tim, not
I
Legion.
got the yeah. Believe it or not, it looks just like his almost. Not as many, but close. I got the old G box. I still use this for flavor testing with the profile on top, and that's got Saboris del Encantos by Batman. The pineapple upside down cake, rum upside down cake. That's delicious in there. Got the Ahmed on the clutch, still running the old setup with the new, and that's got this is going dual use, so it's the toffee custard by Vital Violence. Love that. And I also like that because it has a different flavor and a stack. So I have the Chubby Able with the Elite V2 on it, and I always have that running. I love that setup. And then the heavy hitter with the Ardent on top. And that has some of Addy Tooney's special that he mixed up a Liberty Muffin out of what flavors I had. So it's like
Nice.
a blueberry muffin and with a little bit of fig. And that's in there, and that's what I'm running in that. So he came up with the recipe, and then I sent it to me, and I tried it. And it has to steep for a few days, but when you first get it, but now that it's steeped, it's delicious.
Is that a business idea or what? You submit the flavors that one has. If you're not a like hardcore DIYer and you've just got like 5 or 6 flavors, because that's kind of what I had when I got in there. Sorry to interrupt, but you submit it to the Brains Trust, and then they send you back a recipe. That's out of control.
Yeah, but it's pretty simple. You just go on either Wendy's channel or Fresh's channel and just ask them, and you'll have your recipe. Or in this case, I actually sent directly, and Addy already had my ELR, so I asked him to make a flavor out of it. But Fresh has come up with a few recipes for me. So
That's freaking brilliant. Yeah. Anyway, didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry about that. Carry on.
no worries. That's it. That's all I have.
Cool. Awesome. Nice buffets. Mr. Legion, would you like to do your buffet?
You ready?
Should I have grabbed the rest of them too? Just for fun?
No.
Today in my lineup, I have 2 devices because I'm taking it simple and I'm taking it dead easy. Still rocking the Optimus pod thing from Vapefly. Just using the coils up that they sent me, and it's actually really, really, really satisfying. And of course, how much have I got left? 15 mils of Psycho Cruller. Time to put in an order, I think. That is literally like, put it this way. I love the Blueberry Hill. It blew me away. I've gone through 4 bottles. I got this. I've killed this bottle just about. I need to order more. I'm starting to look at his other juices, the ones that I would never buy. Like, I don't like peanut butter. I'm going to buy a bottle just because.
Yeah. Because
this is good and the other one's good. Pretty sure the peanut butter is going to be good. If I don't like it, the wife will vape it. She likes peanut butter. But, yeah, I don't know. I know where I was going with that. But there's that. And then there's this new thing, which I can't show you. It's not released yet. Okay, I can show you. It's coming out tomorrow. I'm actually just finished exporting the review. This is the Vendy Vape I think I showed you before, actually, the Jackaroo pod system with the rebuildable on top. So one single solitary little coil running at 20, what was that, 0.29, 54 watts. Nice little handy pocket thing for when you're stressed and you don't want to build or worry about stuff. Taffy Splash Banana. That's it. I've been walking around with these two things, stressing out, trying to get stuff done, trying to take care of life, and had no time to deal with tanks and mechs and coils. Just simple, easy, good flavor. That's it.
Nice.
I'm done.
Is that magnetic?
That's all I got to say.
Is that a magnetic tank? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, one of these.
Cool.
Very, very similar to the Geek Vape version of the same sort of thing.
It's yeah, we'll talk about that in the VAP stuff. So, but that's an interesting little device. That one. Yeah. Mr. Vandal. Mr. Vandal. Yeah. Are you muted? Did you mute?
Mm-hmm. It's okay. This is fun to watch. This is the potato. Okay, just in case anybody thought we weren't going to have enough potatoes tonight.
How's that? Is that
There we are! Hey!
Sorry.
He's back.
Now we can hear you.
Unfortunately, I am here. No. So I did get something new, but I didn't like buy something new. It was gifted to me while I'm waiting for a drug deal to go down for an Odin. So I got this thing right here, and it's a little squinky squink, and it's a little older. And it's a little single battery, and it's a mech squink. It's my first real, like, I had that other one before. But yeah, I just hit the button. And it is, I always forget what it's called. I got told 10 times today. Excuse me.
Yeah, I've got two steam rabbits that look a lot like that.
Stentorian? Boss or some shit? I don't fucking know. Sorry, excuse my language. I don't flipping know. But yeah, so it's coming in pretty handy. The only thing I don't like is that as far as it goes, it sucks on the power wise. There's no power in it. It's a single battery and you can't crank it up or anything at all. But as far as like ease of access and use, man, this thing's light as hell. I like it a lot. Other than that, inside there, of course, Mr. Hogan's Yogurt's mixed berry lemonade,
Nice.
which is delicious. And then, and my Caliburns, I got Homeboy Mango, Homeboy Punch, and Mitch's Mango as well. But yeah, that's all I'm vaping.
Mitch is killing it at the moment. Big love to Mitch. Saw his. Was that this week? All the shows run into one for me. You're got to keep up with. Was it?
Yeah,
Nick?
we just.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, we did it this. I had him on Saturday right before my live show on the other channel for a review of some of his flavors, and I did ask the question for you, and we haven't said it on live yet, but yes, he is going to be dabbling in some mixed salts. It's not his preferred method because he really kind of is one of those people that's not really wants to steer toward it, but because it's better than having people go back smoking, he is going to start dabbling in mixed salts. So the answer to that question you asked last week.
Yeah.
Chris, just a word of note, that Stentorian, it's a well-known device. Don't drop it. Never drop it. That thing will shatter like ice.
It feels very like it would break very easily, and I'm being very careful with it. The fact that it's light, like I haven't dropped it yet. I've only been using it for about a week, since last week. But I haven't had to since it's not that heavy. I'm not really like slipping in my pocket or nothing. It just glides in, and because I like the fact that it just randomly lined up so well with the gold goat and the gold button. Like I don't really get into vapey stuff, and get all matchy and all this. And besides, the rainbow, which is basic as hell, but I like this. I think it's pretty.
You've changed, man. You've changed so much.
It only took 4 years.
And also you're used to much heavier devices, so that thing is probably like, where's my VAP? Where is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had it in my hand while I was touching my pocket looking for it. Nice. But yeah.
All right.
Oh, go there, Adam. Go
Yeah.
there. I saw you wanting to.
No, I wasn't even going to. I'm going to
Wrong show.
Let that one go. My VAP stuff's nothing really new at the moment, but running the Ether on the DNA 75 Odin Mini with a little funny. We were talking about that little bit PB party from Mr. Eric. It's one of my favorite little empty face hole e-liquids. In that same vein, I also have the billet box going on there, which is also no, it does not. Excuse me. Billet box, bit of Susco, strawberry cookie in there from Sad Boy. That's also banging. And I do have the twin Denali's going on. Nightmare 25, my favorite Addy of all time. Yes, I said it. That's my favorite Addy of all time. On that. So far, that's right. It's my favorite Addy of all time right now. That has a bit of Paul the Pirates Event Horizon in there, and I also have the Jug V2 on another Denali. That one in there has Frankenatticus, apple custard for my face hole from Sydney. Frankenatticus, really good people. And that's it. That's my buffet. Yeah. Should we? Do you want to talk about that device, Steve? Should we interrupt your review for tomorrow or no?
We can talk about it if you have any questions, any comments. Like I said, I've been fighting again with the review. Stupid computer shit, but it literally just finished exporting just as we were starting the show. So it's done. It's ready to go. It'll be up 4 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, it's very similar to the original Aegis Boost, as in it's got a built-in battery. It's got the same sort of stuff. You got the little pod with multiple coils that you can use. You've got a rebuildable. It doesn't come with the rebuildable. You'll have to get that as an extra purchase. Same sort of thing again as the Aegis Boost. And I did say in the review, excuse me, I know that as soon as this hits the market, there will be comments. Why didn't they put an external battery in it? To which I say, just wait. You know how the market works. You've seen this before. Mm-hmm. Why make those comments when you know what's going to happen? If it sells, there will be an external battery. I'm just hoping that Vandy Vape listen to the public, listen to the people, and if they're going to do an external battery, they go straight to the 21 and stay away from the 18s because, first of all, again, the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to get that negative feedback. Why didn't you make it bigger? And second of all, yeah, if you're going to make one with an external battery, make it beefy, make it last. But in terms of the device, same basic features as both the original Jackaroos, taken again from the Aegis line. It's waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, truckproof. It's overall a decent device. The menu is stripped down compared to the original Jackaroo, which had that weird Vandy Vape thing that you go in and turn things on and off. None of that here. Unless I'm an idiot and I didn't find it because I got no manual and it's not out. So there's nothing for me to check. Mm-hmm. But as far as I can tell, straight up wattage, that's it. Nothing else. And I like that in a small device. I think there should be more devices that strip things down. Simple, clean, no frills. Other than that, I don't know what else to say about it. Got questions? Ask me.
No, but you were making me think about.
Question.
Oh, yes.
Steve, so my question is it true if you don't use it, you'll lose it?
If you don't use it, it gradually shrinks.
But it still stays there.
I'll be right back. No. All right, that's my question. I'm done.
Does it ever grow again? That's an important question.
Only in the warm weather. Yeah.
So not here right now. Okay.
No.
What happened?
The world is changing, and obviously for the Northern Hemisphere, the vaping world is going to be drastically changed as it is in many other parts. But all this discussion about these kind of devices and RBAs and like all sorts of things that are coming out like multi-tools now, do we think that the circle of rebuildables is coming back to, kind of mash into the bigger sales? Like I was thinking of when you were talking about the Jackaroo and how much that sold, that's the question. How much did that sell for them to go, what we need to bring out an IP6, situation for a pod mod style. Now that things are happening with laws and, we're getting copying it from all angles, are rebuildables going to be, featured more in the release from these companies? Are they seeing that things are not going to be easy to purchase anymore? So will they turn around like being forced to go back into the rebuildable side of the market, that all the hobbyists have been yelling for the last couple of years?
The question is really, how much of Asia's market is in the US. Because, I mean, we still exist. Europe still exists. The UK still exists. Canada's got its own stuff going on. Hopefully fall in line with the States. So that's one section of the market gone. And the question is, how much effect does that have on their business decisions? Some companies or some industries can lose a market and just continue as they were because it doesn't really matter. So I don't know if they're going to recoup their costs by continuing what they've been doing all along in the rest of the world, then nothing much changes. But if the States is the majority of the market, or at least half their market, then yeah, they've got to change to try and meet that. I do predict shipping. I know we've seen this in the States, like different companies trying to do shipping. I predict all these distro companies that have been around, like vape sourcing and I can't even remember half the names of them because I don't shop there. But all those overseas mail order places, I see them trying to step up. I don't know how they're going to get through, but I see them trying to meet that market. If you can't order, because they can't be held accountable. Like if you order from Local Vape and they ship to your house, and that gets intercepted, then they're in shit and you're in shit, and that's massive fines for both. But if your company's in China shipping to the States via mail and it gets intercepted, they just go, well, fuck you. So what? That customer didn't get their stuff. We'll just refund them. Our cost is negligible. We'll just keep sending stuff out. Yeah, so I do see
there's no boundaries to where
Yeah.
But one thing I will say that there is definitely a shift in the market, and it is very prominent. Being back at work, being in charge of social media pages, not to get too deep into stuff, but what's happening, and it's not just happening to us, it's happening to a lot of other companies. Companies that used to manufacture vape products that were like, coils or knockoff cotton, or not cotton, knockoff coils, knockoff pods, stuff like that. They're now into the business of weed products. Now, instead of reaching out to you with knockoff jewels or whatever the hell they're trying to sell you, now you're getting like knockoff glass. No, it's not knockoff because it's got to be like, originally made. But now they have glass blown pipes that it's trying to sell. They have bongs they're trying to sell. They have the stems for your bongs. They have all this stuff. And so what China is doing is they're making, at least not all of them, the predominant names that you see, I think they're going to stick around and find a way to fight it, and not fight it, but find a way to stay in it and regulate with it. You have like names like Wotofo and stuff like that, been around for a long time. You have Smock and all that. There's no way that they can just change the market, I think, because they're established already in every household of at least one. Every vapor has used the Smock product. I bet you. I bet you money, whether they owned it or not, they've had their hand on the Smock product. That's not going to go away. But a lot of the companies that did all the knockoff stuff, they're moving more towards the weed industry side because it's becoming a lot more friendly in the U.S. and it's going to be an emerging market like vaping was 10 years ago. And so with all the products and stuff, that's where I see a lot of these companies moving to. They're moving to the marijuana side of it. And it's not even marijuana vapes because they're being smart enough to know that vaping is going to be something that they may not be able to import that much easily or export to the States. So they're going to reach out to the States more with that stuff. But as far as it goes, you got to think about the other markets in the world. Indonesia, they are a huge buyer of things. Sure, they manufacture, but they're definitely Chinese buyers, and it's a lot closer. There's a ton of fucking vapors there that they're going to stay in business, I think, from all these outside companies, regardless of what the U.S. does.
I got the email notification.
Well, look, I did.
Go on, Steve.
Go on.
No, I was just going to say.
I did a
the delay.
I did a review of the SX Nano just yesterday, and one of the comments was SX Mini have lost it. Nobody wants this shit. I don't know why they do this stuff. They should get back to mods. And this is kind of the anti-pod hysteria that we see all the time in the vape world. Like, pods are horrible. But you got to think about it. It's not just the fact that what sells is what they make more of. The more they sell something, the more people buy it, the more they're going to make. That's just business. That makes sense. But the other part is that look at their market and where it is. And all of us think of our own local area. There's me and what I like. There's what my friends and the people I see do. There's what my local stores have. There's my country. But it's not just that. As Chris mentioned, Asia, Japan, I say Asia, China, Japan, Taiwan, not Singapore, fuck them. They don't like us. Malaysia, all these countries, vaping is a pod thing. That's what they want. They want pods. And you can see it. It's all the marketing that we don't allow here anymore. It's 24-year-olds. It's cute little girls. Yeah, it's a girl on a brick wall with a mini skirt, puffing on her little. Yeah, exactly, dude. You got a career going right there. You got to move to China. But yeah, I think and it's hard to say because we're separated from it. We buy a device and we want it to last and we want it to be good. I'm thinking that the market in the more affluent parts of Asia, they're viewing them as disposable. They're buying a pod system and they're using it for they use up the pods that are in it and then toss it, grab a new one. It's a fashion accessory. It's interchangeable. So they sell so many pods there. So that's not going to change. That's not going to shift the market. They're going to continue making more pods, more pod mods, more little AIOs, entry-level stuff, because across the world, not just Asia, but across the world, that's the bulk of their sales. So yeah, I don't know if rebuildables are going to come back the way they were 3 years ago, which is a shame. I was thinking about last night. I miss the ability to sit down and go, right, I got my week planned out. I got 5 reviews this week. I got 2 RDAs. I've got a tank. I've got a squonker, and a mech mod. Awesome. This is going to be a great week. I miss that. I'm like, I've got an AIO. I've got a pod mod. I've got a pod mod. I've got a pod mod. I've got a pod. I've got a pod. I've got a pod. I've got a pod. Maybe I'll string those out for a couple of weeks because that's too many pods.
The thing is, too,
I predict.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to talk about the American market. I think that with the direct shipment thing we just talking about, like Chris brought up, the direct sales, I think we're going to see a lot more push on the pod mods actually, because they're going to be smaller, easier to ship without being, detected. Then you're going to see like larger mods. So I have a feeling that that'll be you're going to have a lot more availability for the direct sales of smaller.
The thing is, this is going to create a black market. And it's going to cause the problems that they're saying it's causing for like these youth and stuff like that. Because the more you tell somebody they're not supposed to do it, especially a rebellious kid, I can tell you what that's like. They're going to do it more. And what this is going to do is because C-stores are still probably going to be able, convenience stores still going to be able to sell this stuff, because all they have to do is apply for the business license, or most of them have a tobacco license, which is, as it goes right now, all you need. So you won't see dual mangoes back in there, but you're going to see like knockoff fucking, puff bars or whatever, in there and stuff like that for sure. What's going to happen is they're going to be one of those older brothers or one of these kids that knows that he can sell it to his friends for twice the money. He's going to go in there, buy them up, and then he's going to create this black market, and it's going to cause these problems that they said that we had, but we don't have because it's more regulated. Well, it's a lot more, you guys get what I'm saying.
Risque.
It's risque, and it's going to create this issue. But the thing is that the worst part about all of it is that right now, I just want to get back to the RDA thing. This is the time for those people in the industry that have created beautifully made products or beautifully made RDAs or something that's very good, something that's used a lot. And this is your chance to come in and fucking dominate the market. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I have no degree in stonks or nothing, but I've worked in this industry long enough to see when there's a fucking vacuum, you feel it. And I know no one out there is probably going to watch this that does any of this stuff, but this is the time to, like, if you're like, if you're cool with the people you buy RDAs from or something like that, reach out to them, be like, hey man, you got anything on the way? No, man, well, like, that one idea you had is cool or something, if you got any friends. But otherwise, if you're someone's watching this that's in the industry, there's a hole to fill right now.
I think the situation of the Abyss recently, there's no doubt that like that device, so even if you don't have a borrow or a billet or whatever, there's no doubt that people have been talking about it. We've been talking about it for 3 weeks. So on every show we've been on, like now, watching the world react to that style of device. And God, I've been watching the industry pages just saying they're sold, they're gone, they're sold. And even talking in Discord the last few days, just to see what people are getting. It's like, can't get one. where are all these bridges coming from? So all of these hobbyists that, everyone's buying one were TOFO with that rebuildable pod,
But
like
if I
so
remember
rebuildable.
correctly-
So, yeah.
If I remember correctly, the Abyss, like right out of the box, takes what, 4 different types of pre-built coils. It's there.
Yep.
So I mean, that's one of the big selling parts is it takes multiple different types of coils right out of the bat. You can convert it to take a tank, so you can put a rebuildable on there if you want. You can throw in you have so many different options that no matter what, this device, as long as it keeps working, it's useful.
Yeah.
Whereas, even this, yeah, forget about I've got a rebuildable section here, but stuff like this, actually, no. Where did it go? Yeah, this one. Okay, so yeah, a little pod thing. Can't get the coils? Kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Just fucked. It's just a fucked device now. It's gone. Again, this is the review that comes out next, and I praise this simply because it does take the Vupu tanks, so it's got some more life to it, and it's dirt cheap. So if it does die, you haven't lost a lot of money. But yeah, I see, if you were talking about rebuildables, I actually see it's not so much that rebuildables will come back, it's that interchangeability has become more and more a thing. And I think that's a great thing. I've been championing it for years. The fact that you could use the same coils on stuff with the same tanks, the fact that everyone who makes something like this now pretty much looks at Vupu or Vaporesso and goes, okay, yeah, same contacts, same diameter, whatever. Like, we'll put a pod on it, but you can get other pods. It's cool. I like that, and I think that's where we're going to see things progressing. If you go back a year from now, like I say, if you go back a year ago.
But you don't want you want a different coil on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, it's the smartest thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And just
it's also just thinking about the usefulness of a product. People are becoming a bit more picky. They're not wanting to buy something and just throw it out in 6 months. They want it to last a bit longer. They want to be able to use it a bit more. So throwing those 510 adapters in the box, throwing the coil in the box, throwing the rebuildable section in the box. You might not use it right away, but it's there for emergencies. All of that stuff's starting to become more and more commonplace. And again, I can't help but think that's a good thing.
Yeah. 100%. But like you said, that the companies are realizing it now as opposed to making an add-on, because I know for many products that have been brought out in the last couple of years here that allow for that situation, particularly the rebuildable deck for whatever device they've got, you had to wait. Like, they'd receive their stock, and then you had to wait, a month or 2 months before you could get the RBA section for it or whatever. And, and people have either switched off or moved on to another device.
Steve.
And it's the most annoying thing. So I'll get you in a sec. I was going to say it's the most annoying thing in the world when they release a product and on day one, as they announce it, here's my pod mod, here's the RDTA, here's the 510, here's the RBA coil for the original bit. This is all coming out. Well, we haven't made any of this stuff yet. These are just prototypes. We'll show them to you.
Yeah.
And 6 months to the next one comes out, and 6 months or a year. The boost. It was over a year till the 510 came out, and there was a rebuildable section for the boost that never came out at all. They just never made it.
It's around here. I can get it, but it didn't come out for 6 months to the shops.
The worst part is like in the vape world, I don't know how these companies that have been doing this for a while don't understand this. A year, you're gonna promo a product a year. In the vape world, a year is 10 years, and a normal year is 10 years in vape years. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, stop doing that. Just make it and then release it. Like, you can do a couple months ahead, but you do a whole fucking year? Are you kidding me? I can't even remember what was released yesterday or care about it, much less in a year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I was going to ask Steve about is that 510, the 510 to magnetic connection. They use the same. We'll use those same pods. Now that would work on any device, wouldn't it? Any 510 device.
You mean the one? Where did I put it? It's It's the other part
Because
of
that
it.
would be versatility in itself for anybody who wants those that maybe their device craps out on them while they're waiting for another device. They'd have an option. Versatility is a big thing, and I that's one of the things about the Abyss I love.
Yeah,
That was the thing that the new Vupu, the Drag and the Drag Plus X 12, 11, 59 green, whatever it's called. Those tanks are these tanks. So they're the plug-in tanks, but they've got that 510 thing rather than being like this one that has the socket built in. It's got a 510. You screw the socket on it, tank plops in like that. Yeah, so in that case, you can throw any RDA, any tank you want on there, and you can use those pods on any other device as well. So that I love that idea. I praised it in the review. And if you are a fan of these coils, like, grab yourself one of those, because then you can just slap that on any device you want. That's
genius, because just like original mods and tanks and everything, you were able to match the mod to the atomizer that you wanted. You know what I mean? And like that's why like a lot of these companies did well, because they were able to release different stuff to release different things. And then if you get it like that with the coils, you use that, and those coils are easily available, then it doesn't matter what mod you use ever.
Yeah.
I found in the vape world, everything eventually cycles back. We cycle around. Sometimes we'll move away, as pods did. I mean, we went to Juul with power, to Juul with like adjustable power, to Juul with adjustable power and display, to a beefy kind of Juul, to a beefy kind of Juul with adjustable power and display and external coils, which is a pod mod, right? To pod mods with 510s, which is a mod. So we've gone around the circle, but where we end up is not exactly the same as where we started. We keep doing that, but a little bit. So something's been added. So you look at that Drag X Plus. It's a mod with a tank. It's no different than, say, if you bought the Pico, the E-Leaf Pico a couple years ago. Single battery, simple interface, came with a basic tank that performed decently. Nice little pocket device. Awesome. And you could throw other things on there if you want. The Drag X Plus, not that fucking different. It's the same basic thing. It's a single battery. It's a tiny little simplified interface. It's got a 510. You can throw anything you want on it, except it's a pod. So you've got that interchangeability. You've got something added to it. The same with squonking. We went through a cycle that brought that back, and we got to the top side. It's gone away, but it will cycle back. It will start from the top side and go somewhere else. It's kind of cool to see that things drift away and then come back.
Yeah. Well, I think
it's like we need to put on steep.
That's it. And something that kind of inspired that question was I received an email notification, Saddle Horse Blues in Canada, adjusting their business model to meet that need. I mean, Canada has got its own ridiculousness going on with the way their legislation is handling products and childproof products and all that sort of situation. And it was interesting to read, Shane's words about what's child safe and what's not, and that they're going into coil focused business, which is great news because, unfortunately and sadly, many businesses are just forced to close the doors, adapting and overcoming. We wish them all the best of success as well, of course. But interesting to see how businesses are changing face and direction. Yeah.
Talk about cycling.
Canada taking such a
thing. The Nautilus coil. How many devices and bridges and different things take the Nautilus coil still? I mean, it's just amazing how many devices still can use that coil.
Indeed.
Well, that's one of those things. It's kind of like an 18650. Once you've hit the point of perfection, it works. It does what it's supposed to. There's really very little that can be improved. It is what it is. Well, it just becomes the standard. And Aspire looked at their Nautilus. I think they did. They've done 3 revisions that I know of over the last 4 years where they've improved it but kept that form factor, and so everything's backward compatible. And yeah, I mean, it's just good business sense, and to allow other companies to just run with it. Like, okay, you want to make a tank that's compatible? Fine, go for it. You want to make close fit our stuff? Go for it. I love that. And this goes back to what I said before. interchangeability, compatibility. I want to see small, medium, large, and fucking huge coils as 4 standards. That's all you. All large, small, medium, large, and fucking huge.
Okay, I just want to see the market for the fucking huge coils. You know, Breestones can get in on this. So
yeah,
sure.
Actually, it would be Steam Crave. They would be doing like pre-made coils for a 50 milliliter sub-ohm tank. The coils would literally be the size of a 24 mil Addy. You just screw it in there.
Yeah, I wrap them around this. That's what I wrap them around. It's true.
I'd vape that.
Yeah.
Point being, though, I've said this for ages. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. It's just height, diameter, and threading. That's all that's different. The inside can be completely as different as you want. You can be stainless steel, you can be nichrome, you can be mesh, you can be really fancy mesh. You can trademark your mesh. You can trademark your mesh and try and sue another company who's doing it. That's all fine. It's height, diameter, and threading. That's all that really matters. What's the point of going 2 milliliters higher here, or 2 millimeters higher for this one, and new tank, so let's go 3 millimeters shorter, and this one's going to have a different threading and 2 O-rings. Why make them all fucking different when the insides are all the same? It doesn't. It beleaguers. It's not for better performance. It's just to be different, to have a new line of clothes.
It's kind of like all the side-by-side mods. I mean, literally those ones that are like, say they're a 22 or 24, but they're a 22, 24 and a half, but they won't quite fit on a side-by-side just because of that half a millimeter. And that's like ridiculous.
Can we talk about something real quick? Can I interject for a quick second? Then, speaking of Breezetones doing like big things, didn't something just released, Mister, that you could tell us about?
Oh, the Susco collab that came out.
Look how nervous he gets when he has to talk about himself.
I didn't know what you. No, that was really, really cool. Very, very thankful. The support was there. It's funny when we're talking about all these products, and you know, there's a lot of people waiting for things. There's been a couple of big drops in the last little while that sold out super fast. So, you know, I don't know where everyone's getting their money from. But anyway, very, very grateful. Yeah, the Susco thing happened this week, and it went pretty quickly. Wasn't expecting that at all. So if you did take part in that,
did you sell out in the first hour?
It went quick, but there was other things involved in the drop as well. So I think that was why people were jumping on it. So.
It's like Tool tickets, you know. It's kind of like when Tool do one of those random concerts and the tickets just go.
Yeah.
You know, people are sitting there like
you log on, it's already sold out.
Breezetones coils, boom.
Yeah,
I'll buy them all and scalp them.
No, that was very cool. But there'll be more.
I want to put in a pre-order for the BFC, the big fucking coil from Breezetones. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll need one of these to wick it with, and yeah, most definitely.
A sock. Okay.
Is that a sock?
Yeah.
Why do you have a sock on your?
Yeah.
It's because I've got another computer out, an old computer, and I had my mouse in my sock. Yeah, I'm weird. All right, thanks.
I had my mouse in my sock.
Okay, good cover.
Don't you put your mouse in your sock? Come on now.
You want you.
Yeah, but this is how old school I am. Do you remember these? That was Fat Farm.
Oh, Fat Farm.
I think I actually have some of those in the other room.
No way. Oh yeah. I think that sock must be at least 20 years old. So yeah.
They make glasses now.
He wore it once and lost the mate.
But thank you for the kind messages there, people. But it's coming again. So if you missed out, there is more news coming. I will be able to talk about that soon because I will be adding to the menu, and some of those specs will be available. So you know, I'm going to get on that train, which is really good to make it accessible to people. That won't just be for the the Facebook drops and all that sort of thing, because that's intense, man. I watched the Wicked linked. Drop as well for their new borrow tank style device that's coming out, the RBTA, I think one calls it. It was gone, man. It was just like bought, so that makes it very hard for people if you do want to get it and all that situation. So I'm gonna make them as accessible as possible. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, anytime I see something interesting and I follow down that rabbit hole, as soon as I see like lists and Google Docs to buy. I'm just like backing away, like, nah,
Yeah.
it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm not going through that stress. I ordered a light, film light. Actually, I ordered two. I ordered one a month ago, one 2 months ago. We're still waiting. I'm checking every day the shipping. Where is it? When's it going to get here? I can't imagine the stress of trying to monitor Facebook groups for a ton of addies and bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
You
do
got to
that
be
to
in it.
myself.
Doing Facebook groups as it is, man. They're terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be in it to win it. And, there's a good chance, but in the same vein, oh, yeah, Disco is saying it there. It's an hour of prep stress, making sure that things are copied and pasted and you've got accounts and you're not sending the money to some random place. And it's very stressful. And, yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Liberty said we have to order some TL coils from you, some of your MTL coils, which is funny because look at the direction, but Vandal actually gave away some a little while back, some MTL coils. And at the time, we're like, I won't be using those. And then I forgot she has the Nevermore now. So she's like, I'd use those. It's like, crap.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
What the hell?
Greasestone's MTLs are like the perfect thing. They fit. They're the right size. They have the legs going the right way for so many things, and they're the perfect range. 0.5 is perfect. I'm trying to make a 0.6, 0.8, trying to fit those in. I'm never happy. If I can get a little bit of airflow and actually drop that resistance, it just makes me like a device that much more. So, yeah, Greasestone's coils. Good for you.
Thank you, Steve. Let's we haven't even talked about Tim, your stuff, but I want to use my segue here. But let's move on to you can even some motivational blah blahs for your soul, for your week, for your day, for your future. This one was something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life; it's also what you inspire others to do as well. There's a lot of talk about that, and I've always kind of called myself a bit of an enabler. If I can introduce people to other people or those kind of things, there's a lot of satisfaction in that, and also helping people. There was so many quotes in this area about holding people up, supporting people and all that sort of situation. And I feel it's something that we do a lot in the community without doing that. This whole situation in the last couple of months has seen people come out of the woodwork to say, I'll help, I can do this, I can access this for you. How can I offer you help? There's never ending community support. So, that quote kind of means a lot because it shows what people already do, but it's good when you visualize it as well. So, in that vein, we try to talk a lot about lifestyle and community and values, mantra, however you say it, whichever part of the world you're from. And Mr. Tim, you do a lot of that on your channel. For those that potentially haven't seen your show, can you give us a rundown on what you do on your channel, bro?
Just right now, this year more than ever, we're trying to focus more on positivity, but also ways to change your life to positivity. Like, we had Matt Sinister on a little while. He's going through a positive change, got a personal trainer, changed his diet, trying to get a little healthier because he's had his back problems and stuff, and trying to get himself back into shape somewhat despite that, and getting the help to do it. And this is the kind of thing that we all should strive for, because when we're stuck at home during the pandemic, more often, not getting out as much, we're not getting the exercise we used to. So that's just one of the many things. And obviously we dive down in different mental health disorders, different issues. Try to focus on what the chat wants to try and work on it. If they bring something up, we'll try to feature it. Yeah. Like this month, next month, we're going to do the autism awareness with Texas Mama. I just talked to her today. We are starting to get that more organized. She's been dealing with the whole situation in Texas. Mm-hmm. We are going to do a show, like call it a prequel show kind of with her on, but it's going to talk a little bit about it, but it's also going to be about the aftermath of what happened in Texas. And what you can do to try and help your neighbors, help yourself, different things like that. So it's just a way of trying to be positive and trying to keep people from being in the anxiety ridden and stress and depression state for the most part.
Yeah. 100%. when you have your things taken away from you, you either go in two directions, right? You either go, I'm going to make a go of this, or I'm going to crumble and, just get stuck on
And
my
support's a
bubble.
big thing with it. I mean, right here, we all know this in here, and people in the chat, we know that most of the people that are on here constantly are part of the community that are supportive of each other. But it's trying to get other people to understand and see this as well and spread it out. And that's why we kind of, at least one day a week, we do a show that's very much vape adjacent, but more like geared toward just mental health. And like if you watch on Thursdays, typically we don't even vape because we do get people on there, and we have been spreading a little bit more into the realm of just mental health, where people are coming on board that don't vape. So we're not sticking in that realm. It's more just positivity, because we need to spread that out. I mean, and then more people that spread that out, they start to see the occasional vape adjacent and realize, hey, maybe I misinterpreted that. And that'll actually come in and eventually break some of that stigma as well. So.
100%. Whether you're giving up smoking, or how to deal with vape bans, or I need some help with my diet, or, how do I get motivated? How do I get organized? God, there's so many conversations that we've had.
We just had some live music this past week, and I had Jangles on for a little bit because he's went through a lot lately, losing his wife to COVID, and wanted to get him on there. So, it's kind of an awareness thing. Just having him on there shows that, kind of like having Jenny Sin on the other show and stuff. It shows that this is real, but at the same time, it's like people that are on it, it's still a pro-choice thing. Like when it comes to the getting the shots, whether or not you choose to or not, it still should be a choice because it's still early. We don't know all the after effects or any of the side effects. So if you don't choose to, it makes sense, but then try to live your life in a little safer way, maybe not interact in close quarters with people without masks and such like that. So just keeping you safe is a major factor during this time too.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. Do you have a wrench? Do you want to throw some things into the chat if you need to? Please feel free. Feel free.
And as I knock over my liquids.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's okay. They've got a cap on them.
Awesome.
I will try. And I love you guys. You guys are family to me. You have been for a long time now. All four of you.
Shit, man. Shit.
Four of us?
I was a three of you. Yeah, I'm my own friend, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry. I see four
love you, man.
I love you. Good job.
We appreciate all the people.
Love starts at home.
I will put a link for the Discord in chat. There's also the Vaping Misfits Discord to cover more 24 hours a day in case someone needs help in the interim, or maybe just someone to talk to in case they don't want to go see a doctor.
Yeah.
I think he just vaped something nasty.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, hey, do you still have the bucket? I mean, you got to vape something out of it if you still got the bucket.
No, the bucket's clean. You guys scared the crap. I had to clean it while you weren't looking.
Don't show it unless you're going to throw it.
In my busyness and laziness, I managed to clean what was in the bucket, and so now it's all sitting in another bucket clean, and I haven't put it back together again. So it's going to be fun going through like 30 different devices trying to figure out which O-ring goes on which airflow ring went on this, and that's always the worst part of cleaning, not pulling it apart or actually cleaning it, putting it back together.
That's true, especially if you do multiples and you have O-rings and stuff and they fall off, and then you try to remember which ones this go to and you try and piece it up. That's such a pain.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, how many fish have you caught with those fishing poles?
Quite a few. I have literally, no joke, I've had the conservation officer come test my pond here, which I have a fence from where the dam is at the bottom of the pond. The stream comes into it from the throughway in the back, and where it comes in is no one has access to it. So it's been decades and decades and decades of no one fishing it. And I was thinking because Irene washed it out and filled it in a lot, there was no fish in there. Well, he came and tested it. He says that's the best fishing spot for native brook trout in Vermont. So I just walk literally 50 yards that way, and I can catch fish all day long. So
crazy.
That's a lot different than I thought you were going to go with it, because you said you got to get your pond tested. I was like, well, did it wear a condom? But anyways.
No, it hasn't had any vandals near it, so it's okay.
Nice.
Then we'd have to not eat the fish for at least 6 weeks.
We are coming kind of to that time. Let's. Oh yeah, are we doing that, Vandal? Are we going to do that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I meant the giveaway, not sex, Adam. Calm down.
Sure.
So,
For 2069.
glorious. We have a glorious giveaway for you guys tonight, and it's going to be amazing. But it is a lit RDA
Lit
from
fan.
Vandy Vape. So yeah, it's lit, fam. Anyways, I'm back at work at Local Vape. Erica was like, "Oh, you're back at work. Take all this stuff that I don't want and give it away on your channel." I was like, "Okay, cool." So thank you, Erica at Local Vape. I didn't have to pay for any of this stuff. She gave me a big box full of stuff. So anyways, today we're gonna give away this lit RDA from Vandy Vape. I don't know if it's lit. That's the term that the youngsters use. But I'm gonna open it up for you guys so you can see the deck. But go ahead and start putting next ones in the chat.
Yeah, do it.
I think we're at the point that if you said lit in front of the youngsters, they would just laugh at you and call you a boomer.
Yeah,
It's like
it's like the
lot-
new phrase is like ignited or something. I don't know.
That was so like 5-10 years ago.
5'10".
I'm gonna open
He's
this
showing
up.
he's showing his age.
You got a question in the chat, Advocate, from Neil. He asked, "Do you fly fish?"
Do I fly? Yeah, that actually one of those is a fly fish rod. That's funny because I actually started getting into it because my vape shop manager, the local vape shop, he fly fishes. He actually taught me how to cast properly because for years I'd tried on my own, never been able to do it. So we went right out back of the vape shop, literally right out back, and that's where he taught me how to cast. I still am not good at it, but I'm trying. That's what the guy with the conservation officer was using in the pond to catch, starting to catch him with, and he had some video of him.
Whoa.
So I might actually have to dig up some of those videos because the trout and stuff he caught a couple of really nice ones out of there with the fly
You
rod.
catch any brown trout?
No, it's just Brisbrook in there. I have caught, actually, yes, brown trout, yes, but not those ones. In the river, the Connecticut River, I've caught some in there.
I love it
But
when I
not
can
the-
make a ginger blush. Look at Steve.
I've just got this image of the vape shop owner teaching you to fly fish off a bridge over the highway, like catching trucks as they go by.
We were casting toward the parking lot because the vape shop's also, the owner also owns a convenience store with a gas station. So we were casting toward the gas pumps. Does that count?
Pretty close. You can catch yourself a bug.
In fact, this last weekend, the vape shop owner's son was who I had on for live music this last week, and he's going to come back and do some more. I actually really enjoyed his Oasis cover he did.
Can I just say the X ones in chat are fucking pathetic. Come on, guys.
It's kind of
Somebody
gross how
must
you
want.
yeah, it's gross. You guys
Someone's
want to
gotta
desire
want-
design, and
Yeah,
not-
I feel guilt. I thought about doing it too, but I was like, nah, it's okay.
yeah,
Let
go
someone
for
else
it.
have it.
Go for it. I got a whole box of shit to give away. I want to get rid of it. I don't like it. I don't even like the vape. The shit's stupid or something.
I haven't tried the lit. That's one of the ones I haven't tried. But doesn't it have that has a honeycomb airflow too, right?
It does.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch. You can turn your AFC cap around, and there's a couple.
I did notice when you were holding it up again. I hadn't really looked at the Nightmare closely, but you actually have doesn't it have similar airflow to the Elite?
It does.
Those square blocks.
Yeah.
This is my favorite RDA, so it makes sense. I love the way the airflow goes through on this.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling I would really like the Nightmare. I'm gonna have to look into that.
It's worth every cent. Yep, absolutely worth every cent. But I am biased, and that's a subjective opinion. Yeah, indeed. Whilst people are doing that in chat, should we give the rundown? What's coming up this week, folks? Give us the rundown. What you got going on?
Tim, why don't you go first?
Okay, we got our Thursday show coming up. Saturday, I'll probably be same as last week on the AAFL review channel. Probably do another review of one of our other friends in the industry of some of their liquids, and like I did Mitch last week. And then that's why you see the ones you see is because it'd be one of them probably. Obviously not Addy because he doesn't really do that, but he's been on twice. So And then on Thursday, we'll have a show that'll probably be something mental health organized. I got to see which day, but one of these days this week will probably be the show about the aftermath of with Texas Mama for the aftermath, like in Texas, because what happened down there was pretty bad, actually. I mean, they're still doing a mortality check where they're going into homes and checking, and they're still finding people that didn't make it through that cold spell.
Mm-hmm.
So that I don't want to go dark there, but this is a true thing that people are worried about, and I think it's a current event that we kind of had to hit on the head. And then other than that, the discords and stuff like that, I'm busy on all that all the time.
Nice.
But that's it.
Awesome. Mr. Legion.
My lineup is pretty much the same as always. Tomorrow morning, we'll be having coffee, hanging out, chatting, and doing the usual, trying to fill an hour or two, or sometimes 3. It tends to stretch. It used to be an hour, and now it's just getting bigger and bigger. Because I have a hard time saying goodbye. I just like hanging out. I'll also have the review for that lovely little device coming up tomorrow morning. Another review or 2 through the week. We'll see how things go. And Sunday is the Aussie Vape Show. Standard week for me, pretty much.
Nice.
Nothing too extraordinary happening. Chris, what are you up to this week besides slaving for the man?
So, this is the first time I'm releasing it to everyone. I don't know if I told you guys before the show. I don't think it did. Anyways, yeah, I did. I told you to. I think it was before Tim got here. So we're going to be back this week for the Friday Fallout. As you guys know, or don't know, if you even care, we've gone to a bi-weekly schedule for the time being to figure things out. I'm also not going to be on here every week. I might have to work late and stuff, so just to give you guys a heads up. But so we'll be back with the show. I'm going to have a new segment. I don't know what exactly it is yet, but I'm going to foreshadow, and it's not going to be a year ahead. The segment for the next Friday Fallout after this week, I'm going to go, and I'm filming it on Saturday. So on Saturday, I'm going, and I'm getting a Brazilian wax, and I'm going to document it. And then it's going to be edited, input on the Friday Fallout for content, because that's just who I am. So you guys are going to get to see my pubes on a wax strip at one point in your life if you show up. So I expect to see no one there. Other than that, that's all I got. Oh, and
Adam
then,
will be there.
Yeah, and then yeah, that's it. And then yeah.
I don't even know how to follow that up. Yep.
If you guys turn on your computer one day and there's no Amigos channel to be found, you know exactly who to blame. You know why.
It's not going to show any nudity, so don't get excited. Anyone out there, you know, Steven Sard. No, I'm kidding.
No, that costs $420.69. So
yeah, you have to pay for the OnlyFans for that. No, so I'm not going to show any nudity, of course, but it's going to be more of like a point of view kind of perspective. I'm going to see how well I'm going to hold my phone facing me while I don't know the
so you can see your face.
I've never been to a gynecologist, so I imagine it's like this, and I'm going to hold my phone, you know, and then you're going to get my reaction, and then I'm going to turn the camera around, and she's going to hold up the thing. It's either that or it's going to be extra skin that probably shouldn't have been pulled like that, but that we're going to find out. So, yeah. Sorry, Adam.
No. I'm so intrigued and mortified all at the same time. Like I said to Vandal, it's the post-event that will be the most telling of that whole scenario and how that will be. Whether it will be painful or sheer bliss, I have no idea. My news for this week.
The worst part is I'm hoping it's only painful, because otherwise I've got a therapist I got to go see.
Yeah, indeed.
I predict you're going to be walking like a cowboy for a month.
So I even bought tidy-whitey-ish kind of underwear to prepare. So I am going into this with, you know, the most preparation that you've ever seen from a Friday Fallout. So, and there's no preparation.
If anyone's questioning this, Vandal hasn't bought new underwear in like 15 years. So he really means a lot to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So yeah, that's all I got coming on, Adam. And then if we want real quick, we can have Tim choose a number and do the winner, and then you can sign us out.
Yeah, sweet as. Thank you for everyone putting their X1s in chat. Tim, would you like to choose a number? Is that what you were saying just now? Choose a number?
Yeah, between 1 and 413.
Let's do 21, because that seems
21?
to be the magic number.
All right. Let's see.
Well, everybody here's 21, so that's okay.
Indeed.
And we have. It is Mr. Travman. Mr.
Nice.
Travman.
Nice. Travman.
So, Mr.
Congrats.
Travman, if you have Instagram, if you follow the Amigos page, or if you follow me on Instagram, you don't have to follow me to do this. Believe me, I know that would suck. No, I'm just kidding. But if you follow the Amigos page, or if you follow Adam, shoot us your name and your address, and I will ship this out tomorrow, and we will get you confirmation tracking. But congratulations on winning this old piece of vaping devicery.
Nice.
Devicery.
Big love to Vandal for putting that up. Big thanks to Local Vape, of course, all the family there at Local Vape. They're always giving us stuff to give away, so very, very appreciative of that. That's it. That's it. That's the show. We'll see you next week. No doubt we'll be here. Maybe I'll try and grow a beard in the meantime because it looks like I'm always the odd person out. Thank you very much for hanging out in chat. We love that you spend your time with us, and very, very grateful. Big thanks to Tim for coming on. Big love, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We will see you next week. There you go. Yeah, you can pull us out with the heart hands. Big love to everyone. Peace. We will see you next week. Stay lit, fam. Stay lit.